I mean, I'm just thinking about what Jim said about like, being personal versus like, this mystique. But like, I'm thinking about like, because you're kind of like an in-between eras guy, because you haven't been doing it as long as Jerry, but like you were doing stand-up in the 90s. So you're a guy, I feel like you kind of made a name for yourself off the observational humor, and then you kind of adapted. And I think like Mr. Universe, that's like such a personal special.
Oh, yeah.
You have all these like family. So I think like it's interesting because you kind of bridge the gap a little bit. Where like I think of when you blew up and it was like the voice, like, oh shit, no one had done the audience voice.
Yeah.
And then
brilliant.
And then you, I think of the Hot Pockets bit and all these observational bits that blew you up. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's not personal.
It is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you did the bacon bit on, like, I remember all these bits on Letterman, like, oh, these are just like, I feel like Mark and I almost got the idea of comedy, like, oh, we can just be observational because guys like you were doing that. And I think comedy did change a little bit where they want more.
I think you're right. But could Carlin work today? Carlin is zero personal. Zero.
Well, he is, I mean, not to nerd out too much. But
nerd out, baby.
He is, there's prototypes or buckets, right? And first of all, he is a truth teller, right? He is a truth teller, and some would believe that the problem of today is that our truth tellers are not challenging authority. Whereas, like, Carlin would be on, someone would be interviewing for him for his book, and it would be a political show, and he'd be like, "This whole political system's bullshit,"
right?
And they would be like, and so. Like the whole thing is like there are certain prototypes. Like this is, what I've, in talking to comedians over the years, like I think there's the preacher, right? Chris Rock is a preacher. Who else is a preacher?
I mean, Kinison was definitely, he was an actual preacher.
Kinison was a preacher. And again, this doesn't have to be, but like some of it is that's a performance style.
Yeah.
Then there's the clown, Howie Mandel's obviously that prototype, and Mark Cohen,
right.
It's like playful, joyful, you know what I mean? And
the Mark Cohen joke where he said a cop knocked on my door.
That's my favorite joke.
A cop knocked on my door. He goes, "We're looking for a rapist." He goes, "I'll see what I can do." It's a great joke.
So
and
perfect.
Mark is so sweet. It's like,
great guy.
Yeah. And so, but like there's the observational guys, and then there's kind of like the some of it is the professional bombers, the train wrecks, which are kind of have the spirit of, even though he was a jokesmith, right?
Rodney.
Looking at Rodney is like, and he like was next level. You know, I mean, what he was communicating in these one-liners, was just. It transcended, in a strange way, because like in my belief, his demographic reach was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So like he got everyone. He got the Borscht Belt audience. He got the
married audience,
the blue collared guys.
He got the kids who were like, "This is like my grandpa."
He got the 15-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he got the comedy nerds.
Yeah.
That's very rare.
So wait, you didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Could Carlin work? Because it was all basically social commentary and some observational sprinkled in.
But he did the absurdist one-liner.
He did the absurdist
He had
too.
phases.
He went through phases.
That's true. He kind of hit every discipline.
Yeah, I think that he would have, he would have faced a lot of criticism like he was facing. Even like his last special, I mean, that his chunk on suicide is like one of my favorite things ever.
Mark and I talk about It's Bad For You all the time, because I think the one before, Life Is Worth Losing, was kind of like a miss for him.
Yeah.
But then It's Bad For You, you're like, damn, this is a great special.
Yeah.
Old guy still got it. And he was fun because you watch Twitter and it's like the right will claim him when he's like, "These pussies, you can't say anything now." And then the left will claim him like, "Abortion, what are we doing? We got to make it legal." And that's a real comic when like every side is fighting for you.
Yeah. And so, I think it would work. I think there would be a lot of criticism. He would go,
"Oh, yeah."
in and out of favor.
He would have been great on podcasts, though, because if you see him in interviews, he's fucking hilarious. It wasn't just the written stuff where he was funny. He was so quick.
And he was so thoughtful. He had an opinion on every goddamn subject out there.
So I was hanging out at the Improv, and and again, I don't think I was even passed. I think I passed and it closed after I'd invested a couple years.
That would happen a lot.
That's comedy, baby.
And but George Carlin came in and he did a set. It was her anniversary. She called in. It wasn't her. It was some anniversary. She called in a favor. He was in the area.
Was there a crowd, I hope?
Yes, there was a crowd. And
did word get out that he was going to be there?
Again, it was 93. I know there was an audience, but I remember watching him backstage, and he had all his jokes written out, underlined in different colors. And maybe he was at a certain point in his development of that hour.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, oh, this guy does his homework.
Yes.
And he was like looking at things, and I'm trying to like not be like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it was pretty amazing. Then he went on stage. He, obviously, did great. But, I would see Kevin Brennan kill up there.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Kevin Brennan was a gun.
Great jokes.
And Louis was always doing something interesting. But like Attell was just like his on-base percentage was insane.
Yes.
He was Ichiro, man. Every time. Just
still is.
Shortest swing in the game, man. It was unreal. It's unreal. He's still unbelievable.